This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi. Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Demco, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, Relief Windows, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome to this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana, coming to you from Bedrooms, Boudin and Cajun Meat. And boy, what a way to open the show with a big blue cat. That's a white cat. I don't know how we're doing it. What is that?
It's a blue cat with skin pigmentation called leucism.
These guys have become experts on them. They had bullhead, they had one we thought was going to be a state record. And the most astounding thing right now, these two young men are seniors in high school. They are the reigning Bass Masters, right? Louisiana High School State Champion. Yes, sir. Bass Nation, excuse me. Look at them. Two bulls and a bullhead. Stay tuned for a lot of Paradise, Louisiana we got coming to you today. We got a special boxer, world champion from Louisiana. They called him, his nickname is Rougaloo. No, that's wrong again. Rougaroo. That's a swamp monster. Stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
Stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana, and God bless Louisiana.
My neighbor Tony, he looked at me and said, "Man, you're crazy. You're about to leave out in this weather." And I said, "Sir, I have a tag fish to go catch."
I won this beautiful boat catching a tag redfish in Venice, Louisiana.
There's 100 redfish waiting. It all starts Memorial Day weekend. Sign up today.
Benny's Unlimited Wash Club memberships start at $14.99 a month. Wash, rinse, and repeat every day. Join Benny's Unlimited Wash Club at one of Benny's 7 locations.
In the tradition of Louisiana's favorite seafood season, we're bringing home fresh catch seafood straight from Louisiana's Gulf Coast bayous and byways. At Little Village, Stabs Prime, Palermo, and Stabs in Central, our seafood dishes are made from the freshest ingredients. Seafood harvested straight from Louisiana waters, turned into delicious dishes to be shared with family and friends. From local people who appreciate local flavor.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Bedroom, Boudin and Cajun Meat. Eric Searcy. I said
You got it right that time, Gary.
After about 10 years, that ain't too bad. Huh?
Not too bad.
You've been a friend to me for a long time, a consultant. You are one of the legends of the outdoors, especially for people that are physically challenged. Before I get too far, let's real quick, tell us the story of Eric Searcy.
Gary,
your first injury when you was pitching?
In 1998, I had the honor of playing baseball at UL Lafayette. I was a pitcher there, and the last day of my first semester, a drunk driver ran a red light, going between 65 and 70 miles an hour, and hit the car I was riding in broadside, and broke the 3 vertebrae in my neck and severed my spinal cord. And left me paralyzed from the neck down. But thankfully, after years of rehab and the good Lord above, I regained most of the use of my arms, and that allows me to do the things that I love to do, hunting and fishing. I mean, that's what I was raised doing that, and consequently, it played a huge part of my rehabilitation, not just physically but mentally.
You've been such a role model for so many people too, and you every time I'm astounded by what you did, but that wasn't the only accident.
That's correct. Unfortunately, a year and a half ago, impaired driver number 2 swerved into my lane at 50 miles an hour and hit me head on and broke 3 more vertebrae in my lower back, and just had my second surgery in the last 6 months last week on my back. So it's been a tough road, but
you got a business too right now. What is your business right now?
Correct. My best friend and I, we own PLA Lobsters in Port Allen. We kind of take Todd Graves' theory with Raising Cane's: do one thing and do it well, and crawfish is what we do. And we have our own ponds where we strictly manage them according to the LSU Aquaculture Research Station. We follow their recommendations to the T, and crawfish get bigger and more plentiful every year, and I love doing it.
Well, I want to congratulate you on your business. I want to thank you again for coming here. And by the way, those state champions also work for you when they're working. So they got to be enterprising.
They do. Greg Diamond and Mike Bonadonna, they've been working for me for, Mike's been with me for 3 years. Greg's been with me the last 2 years, and they've been fantastic.
Man, that's Italian boy. They're always enterprising. Let me say this. You've been a big turkey hunter for years. You've sent us video. You also involved, like I am, and around here with Swofest.
Right.
Swofest coming up. When it's coming up?
June 5th through 8th.
And that
Sand
is
Dollar
a big
Marina.
one. That's right.
Yeah,
Sand Dollar.
Yep.
Grand Isle.
Yep.
They give you a special honor in the last few years?
Well, they did. And we know Dr. Nick Robert is the founder of Swolfest. And
that's the most Jesuit boys, too. They come from
You're right. But what an incredible job he's done with Swolfest and growing it over the years, and just millions of dollars that he's raised for charities. I mean,
I was at
wonderful
a fundraiser the other day, and they had Swolfest all over the place. I don't think it was over, almost $500,000 they raised, almost $1 million, I believe.
Right, for Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital.
Just for hospital. Good. Let's go to see it. Boy, this was Eric Searcy, and one of the pride and joys of Swolfest, too.
When I'm gone from this earth, I don't want my legacy to be defined by the challenges that I face. I want it to be defined by how I face those challenges. I'm Eric Searcy, and this is my story. I was your average, ordinary kid growing up around the t-ball fields and the baseball fields, and I threw my first pitch whenever I was 5 years old, and I was hooked. Baseball was my life, and I worked hard to make it to the next level. It had always been my dream to play college baseball. And a few hours after I found out that dream had come true, my life changed forever. After taking my last final exam, the coach called me into his office and told me that I'd made the team. I couldn't wait to get home and call my parents and tell them the good news. My dad answered the phone, and he could hear the excitement in my voice. And I'll never forget what I said to my dad before I hung up the phone. I said, "Dad, I just finished my first semester of college. I made good grades. And now my dream of being a college baseball player has come true. I could not imagine life being any more perfect." After I got off the phone with my dad, I called a couple of my good buddies from high school, and they wanted to come celebrate with me that night. And that's what we did. And I remember getting in the car to go home, and the next time I opened my eyes, it was 31 days later, and I was in intensive care. And I tried to ask my parents where I was, but I had a tracheotomy in my throat breathing for me. And so they had to read my lips, and I asked them where I was. And they told me that I was in the hospital. I asked them what happened, and I'll never forget the tears rolling down their face. And they said, "Eric, you got hit by a drunk driver." And after 31 days of intensive care, I was airlifted to a rehabilitation facility where I spent 3.5 months learning to live life as a quadriplegic. It took 4 to 6 months before I regained any use of my arms. But throughout it all, my driving force has been my faith, family, and love of the outdoors. I knew I had to build a future for myself that wouldn't just be handed to me. So in 2011, my best friend and I started our crawfish farm. What started off as just a hobby with a couple of broke college kids who couldn't afford crawfish has turned into something that we had only dreamed about years ago. And through it all, it's allowed me to meet a lot of wonderful people. In 2013, I was introduced to the organization SwoleFest, a nonprofit organization that every year raises hundreds of thousands of dollars to wonderful organizations such as the Muscular Dystrophy Association, the American Diabetes Association, and Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital. Once I found out that SwoleFest was run and operated by a group of volunteers who give so selflessly of themselves and their time, I knew I wanted to be a part of it. I was asked in 2013 to come and MC the awards ceremony, and I never hesitated. I wanted to do it. But little did I know, that was just their way of getting me down to Grand Isle, Louisiana. The joke was on me. The real reason they got me to the awards ceremony is because I was the Outdoor Wish recipient. I was given an action track chair and a turkey hunting trip to Record Buck Ranch. After an unsuccessful hunt in 2014, with it being nobody's fault but my own, I continued my involvement with SwoleFest as a sponsor, donating crawfish. And in 2017, I was asked to go back to Record Buck for a redemption trip. After 3 years of anticipation, it was finally time to head back to Record Buck Ranch. We got there in just enough time to make an afternoon hunt. I'd never killed a turkey with my crossbow, so the first trip to Record Buck, I wanted to do it with the crossbow. And after 2 misses, I had 3 years to think about everything that I'd done wrong. And when we got to the blind, the place just looked incredible. After only 30 or 45 minutes in the blind, we had a few deer start filtering through grazing, and we heard some turkeys off in the distance, and I knew it was game time. I gave a few soft yelps and clucks and had the first group of gobblers come in, and they were about 35 yards, which was well within my range for my crossbow. After going through all my mental checklists, I let the arrow fly. We saw the feathers fly, and we were high-fiving, thinking that I'd finally gotten it done with the crossbow. But it didn't take us too long to realize that there was no blood on the arrow. It was just feathers. So we got back in the blind, and I let the frustration get the better of me, and I decided to pick up the shotgun instead of the crossbow. And didn't take very long, called in another group of gobblers, and apparently not only do I need lessons shooting a crossbow, I need lessons with a shotgun as well, because it happened all over again. So after the second miss, And I was certainly feeling defeated that night, like so many other times over the past 18 years. But my good buddy Justin, who just happened to be filming me on that trip, had brought along his crossbow, and he suggested that I try to use it the next morning. And he stayed up half the night making sure that his crossbow was ready to go the next morning. Woke up the next morning and said just a quick little prayer before I got to bed, just, God, please let it happen, and please let it happen this morning. So we made it out to the same blind the next morning well before daylight, and it didn't take us long to realize that the turkeys were right where we had left them on the roost, about 40 or 50 yards behind us, and they were on fire that morning. It started breaking daylight, and we heard turkeys flying down all behind us and saw some out in front of us. It wouldn't come in. So after a little while of no action, I made a soft yelp and heard a group of turkeys gobble not 30 or 40 yards behind us, and they were coming in a hurry. A few seconds later, we had a group of really nice longbeards come in from our left, and I didn't waste any time. When I pulled the trigger this time, I made sure that it counted. The bird didn't run but maybe 25 or 30 yards. There for a second, I thought I'd actually broken my hand high-fiving the cameraman, Justin, and we were both just, I think he was just as happy as I was, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on him.
I don't want to be defined by the challenges that I face. I want to be defined by how I face those challenges. I learned a long time ago that the only way to heal is to face it. And when I finally started doing that, it's just applied to so many different things in life. Turkey hunting, you know, get knocked down, but if you keep trying, hey, here's the result right here.
You know, the lessons I learned on the baseball field have applied to so many aspects of my life, including this hunt. Get knocked down so many times. The only way you're going to ever succeed is to get back up and try it again, and that's exactly what I did. The way I see it, I've only got this one life to live. When I'm dead and gone, I don't get to come back and do it all over again. So I've got to make the most out of this one life I'm given. And I choose to do that every day. Every morning when I wake up, I choose to put a smile on my face and say this is going to be the greatest day of my life. And what not a better way to do it than with family and friends in the great outdoors.
The best part about being a member of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative is that it's your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Hi, I'm John Jackson, and you know we always say we gather our groceries out the bayou. Whether it's freshwater, saltwater, catfish, redfish, you have tons of choices when it comes to fish in Louisiana. But when I fry fish, there's only one choice, and that's Louisiana fish fry. My new favorite, the Cajun fish fry, has the perfect amount of cornmeal, corn flour, and the perfect mix of spices that really bring the heat. Hey, if you're craving Cajun, go look for the bright red bag at your local grocers. Bring home the taste of Louisiana with Louisiana Fish Fry.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Eric, this is a week of champions, boy. We got the bass fishing champions. We got a lot of champions that won tournaments this week. But this is all to my heart right now. Regis Prograis, better known as Rougaloo. Rougarou. I don't know. I can't. Rougarou, the swamp monster. This young man is 24-0 with 20 knockouts. He won his second title the other day, WBA and WBC. So without further notice, this guy wants to be an outdoorsman. He's from Louisiana, raised in New Orleans. In this corner, the Louisiana man, Regis Rougarou Prograis.
Fighting out of New Orleans, Louisiana by way of Houston, Texas. Ranked number 2 by the WBC. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated Regis Rougarou Prograis.
Some pain.
Overhand left, yeah. Same body shot to Crawford, yeah.
There's an uppercut. Down goes it. Down.
With the fight. Yeah, he's already.
Down he goes again from the left hand. And down he goes again from the left hand.
His legs are not good.
Down he goes again. That's it.
Another one shot. That's how it took.
I had to come make a statement. The 140-pound division is mine. It's nobody that can mess with me. They know that.
Oh my God. Big old flounder. Whoa, 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 whoa. Good job, good job, good job. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Come on with it. Come on with it. Nice and easy. Don't reel no more. Got him. Man, that's what I'm screaming.
You ready to go swim? You ready to swim, huh? I got the first one. You ready to go swimming?
Man, look at that bad boy. Ooh, ooh. That's a Louisiana doormat right there, my friend. Look at that.
Hold it up toward the camera.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Ain't nothing to it, just throw it out there and catch one, right?
Don't be too shaky.
Once or twice.
Once or twice?
Yeah, like once or
I
twice.
saw my
You know what? I went, last time I came, I went bow fishing.
Oh yeah?
You shoot it with the, the bow and arrow.
Who you went with?
I went, it was somewhere way out on the West Bank. I think John Lafitte or something like that. You knew it at nighttime.
Yeah.
Go at nighttime. And
right, that's fun.
Yeah.
We do that. You had fun, huh?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We stayed out there. Shit, we stayed out there till about 5 in the morning. We was fishing till about 5 in the morning out there in the daytime.
What makes you so excited, being from Louisiana, that you really want to get into it now? Because you're going to do a lot of traveling. You're in California.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're going to be in LA, and then you're going to be back to Houston and New York.
Everything. I'm be doing all kinds of stuff. I like being like this, outdoors. All this is what I like to do. Fishing and jumping in and swimming and bow fishing, spear fishing.
Tony Plott setting it up for you, huh?
Yeah, alligators, all that.
We talking about fishing. Mr. Griffin done got y'all on fish so fast, he ain't give me a chance to talk. I want to talk a little bit about Regis.
Yeah.
Prograis, you pronounce it Prograis.
Prograis, yep.
Yeah, that gray is G-R-A-I-S.
Yeah, the French.
That's a French one, there you go.
French.
Now, how old were you when you started boxing?
I started really boxing, so when I was about 16, 17 years old, that's when I really started boxing.
You did
started
intramural?
I started
AAU, what?
Nah, well you just go, you go to get an amateur book, and that's it. That's how you start. But I was always fighting, I grew up fighting and stuff like that, so that's kind of how I really got into it.
You're 30 years old.
Yeah.
Now, you're 30 years old, a lot of times fighters start slowing down. You just now.
I'm just speeding up.
You're speeding up.
I'm getting better. Because I'm a young 30, that's why. It's a
You're
difference.
24-0 with 20 knockouts.
Yeah, #1 in the world.
When did this streak start?
Since I started. I've been since I turned
But
pro.
you have never lost.
Never lost.
Amateur fight?
Yeah,
Anything you
definitely
learn?
lost. Yeah, you definitely lost amateur before. But as far as like a professional, I never lost before as a pro.
Yeah. How many years you been pro?
I think about 6 now. 6
Yeah.
years. Yeah,
What-
I think I turned pro when I was
What made
about
you go pro?
24.
The money? People coming to you, watching you fight?
I mean, I always wanted to be a pro. I always wanted to be a professional fighter. I mean, since I started boxing, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a pro. And of course, you want to make money too, but I always wanted to be a pro.
What about you? Anybody in your family?
Nobody.
Brothers, daddies,
I
cousins?
only got one younger sister. That's it.
Who would-
And nobody in my family fight. Nobody box at all. So I don't know.
Who's your biggest mentor? They
Um,
watching this right now, and you can give them a shout out.
Probably. I mean, I got a bunch, but as far as an idol coming up, it was like Mike Tyson and Roberto Duran. It's like. you
No,
know,
but
the
that's
people
your idols. Who was your best mentors that taught you fight? Took you to the gym and encouraged you? Who was the ones that
One of my
encouraged
biggest ones is my old manager, probably Jay Johns. Man, a dude named Jay Johns. He was like one of my. He the one like
Coach
showed
you.
me the ropes. He coached me and showed me the ropes. And another man named Mr. Savannah. And he had the gym. He owned his own gym, and that's where I went. And he used to always, you know, just talk to me about boxing, and you know, just show me the ropes and stuff like that. You know, and he let me train for free and all that stuff. When I didn't have nothing, he let me go to the gym, train for free. So yeah, that's like, you know, and Harry too. When I started out here in the Ninth Ward, I used to go to him every day, and you know, he was.
You got a son. You got a son 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna encourage him to fight?
No, indeed.
Hey, your buddy Tony got another fish.
Yeah, I might have to swim back, huh?
Tony, you got another one? He's ready and slow. Look.
I'm not talking this time.
He ain't fishing, he's catching today.
Oh, them little bitty babies. We gonna catch big ones.
Oh yeah, he ain't catching nothing. He's catching big.
We're gonna stop, then I want you to flip him in the boat. 1, 2, we keep reeling. Move. In the boat, that's a keeper. Good job. Ooh, you ain't getting away.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Oh, we got a speckled trout. Come on, speckled trout. There we go. We'll take a speckled trout in this pretty water. That's a keeper. Good job, sir.
I saw straight.
I think I got something a little bigger than you. Oh, look.
Oh, you
look
got
what
a
I
sheep
got.
head. Come on, over to the side. Don't reel no more. That's a good one. Sheep head. They eat good.
And I got better fish than you.
That's right. Now look.
Look at my shit.
Hey, I want you to look at this.
Look at that. Yeah, see that, huh?
Let me show you something. Look at the teeth in this bad boy. Look at the teeth. See those teeth?
Yeah.
Look
Damn.
at that. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, huh? Let him live.
Come on, dog. Man, way bigger than your shit.
You had to throw it back.
It's exclusive shit, though. Mine exclusive. You ain't getting no cold shit. It is.
Hey,
you
but
ain't
we
getting
got
nothing
us a
cold.
spot now. We got us a spot. Throw him in the water. Good. Flip him up.
Oh, that looks like a good red.
Yep, that's keeper. That one goes in the box.
He mad. He look at that. He mad. Oh yeah, that goes in the box too. Come on, dog. Look, I caught the cameraman. Look, I caught the cameraman.
I mean, you threw it out there. Yeah? You threw it out there, and as soon as you threw it out there, you went down.
Regis Prograis, better known as Rougaloo. Look, Regis, let me tell you thank you. You and Tony for making the effort to come out here, your busy schedule. You know, you're going to Houston and LA and everywhere you're going. You got a press conference this evening. We're trying to let you get there on time.
Yeah.
You know, when you're world champion, there's all kind of champions.
Yeah.
And that's the top.
Top
You're
of
a
the
world
top.
champion.
Number one in the world and world champion.
You fight people from Russia, Afghanistan, you fight them from all over.
All over,
And you're
all
a
over
champion.
the world.
24
24
and 0.
With
20 knockout.
Number one in the world.
You're a knockout.
Yeah.
You're a nice looking young man too.
Oh man, thank you.
Come
That's
in.
what the ladies say,
You
too.
make Louisiana proud. I got to tell you that. I've been a fight fan. when I was 6 years old, I used to go to the gym when we dipped this high school boxing team. So that's about 65, 66 years ago.
Yeah.
It's just in my blood. My daddy was a fighter, so I wanted to tell you how much. But outdoors have been in my family since I was 3 years old, 4 years old. My daddy took us out. You never had much chance, and now you want to. And you got a son.
I definitely do. Yep.
You met somebody like Mr. Raymond Griffin. He sat there and talked to y'all all day. We learned a big fishing lesson that we learned today is, and it's well known, don't leave fish to find fish.
Yeah.
He tried to tell us that let's catch it. They were small, and we were going to look for bigger fish. We made a long run. When we got there, it was a little windy and muddy and different. I mean, that was a run.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to him. I listened to him from now on. Mr. Griffin, we got to thank him. He jumped on it. His signature oyster dish, he got a bunch of oysters, is the Rougaloo oysters. And he told us today what it is. That's a jack-up oyster that ever was. You can name it, it's on there. And he sells thousands of them.
Yeah. That's a good name there, the Rougaloo.
All right, I got you on camera.
Oyster.
Before we leave, I got you on camera now. I'm gonna hold you to it. See if you're a man of your word. I got a frogging trip set up for you.
Alligator,
frog,
hunting,
whatever.
else?
But
In
you
the
got to
camper.
do it. You got to be
In the
Paradise,
camper, too.
Louisiana. You got your hat on. God bless Louisiana, and God bless you and Tony for what y'all do and bring a lot of honor to Louisiana, especially your home. New Orleans East, where you get started. You know, you can't get any better than that. You ain't that far. I hope I can get you that press conference. Tony, thank you for putting it together. Appreciate you.
No problem.
God bless. We got to get this boy back to the press conference. I don't want to be to blame.
Yeah.
It's a semi-black cloud. Mr. Griffin pulled it out. First stop. Boom, bam, boom, boom.
Yeah.
They're a little small, with one big flounder. You know, flounders love fish. I'll tell you that story later. Watch him. Keep up with him. Tell them your website. Tell them how they can find you, how they can keep on following you. When's your next fight?
Next fight might be October. Next fight might be in October. So I just fought Saturday, not even a week today is Friday. So not even a week ago, I just fought for the WBA title. I'm world champion right now. World champion, #1 in the world. And you can follow me on, for the some people, website, www.regisprogray.com. Instagram, @RegisProgray, at Twitter, @RProgray.
What about your child's camp, your children's camp? It's in Lafayette?
We did it already. Yeah, we did.
Just do it. The one-time deal. You're moving around.
Every fight we always do some type of children activity, some type of camp, like a fight, pre-fight type of camp for me. That's what I do with the kids and stuff like that. And most of the time, give them all the kids free tickets to the fight.
Well, I could talk to you forever, and got a lot of things. Just remember, Mr. Gary Rasponi, huh?
Yeah.
I have a nickname too, and you almost saw it. If it rained a whole lot, called Black Cloud. You know? So I don't want Mr. Griffin. He sort of scared y'all.
Yeah.
But he put you on some fish. Thank you, Mr. Griffin.
Thank you, Mr.
Always. Tony, one more time. I'm looking for a girlfriend too.
And tell him how I beat him in the fishing. He's supposed to jump in the water.
Are you coming?
It's 3-3.
But I got bigger fish, so I'm better. I did better.
You got to keep a fish. That's right.
Yeah, I got to keep mine.
It's gonna be like them belts.
How many you kept? How many you
Tony,
kept?
3.
No, you did. You caught. No, you didn't. You didn't keep 3.
I need a few videos and stuff. You send it to me here. We're gonna put it in so people can see the B-roll. We got y'all catching fish. He started off big this morning.
Yeah, but he ended up.
When we doing this again?
All right, we're getting there. Whenever you want.
I'm ready.
It's alligator season next time. Frog and the alligators.
Let's close it out. We close it out. You ready? You got me. You got me right.
Yeah, I want all
You
of
just got to. I got to be the man.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna close it out right now. Like we say all the time, you watching what? Paradise, Louisiana.
Paradise, Louisiana.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
Benny's Unlimited Wash Club memberships start at $14.99 a month. Wash, rinse, and repeat every day. Join Benny's Unlimited Wash Club at one of Benny's 7 locations.
In the tradition of Louisiana's favorite seafood season, we're bringing home fresh catch seafood straight from Louisiana's Gulf Coast bayous and byways. At Little Village, Stabs Prime, Palermo, and Stabs in Central, our seafood dishes are made from the freshest ingredients. Seafood harvested straight from Louisiana waters, turned into delicious dishes to be shared with family and friends. From local people who appreciate local flavor.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Bedroll, Boudin Cajun Meat, Michael Bonadonna, and Greg Diamond. Diamond? What kind of name is Diamond? Is it French? It's Dominino, it might be Italian. I don't know what is Diamond.
I was born with it.
What is it? What nationality? Your daddy's sitting over there. What is it?
I couldn't tell you.
Huh? Daddy, what is it?
Italian, Irish.
You said Scott Irish?
Irish.
Irish. Oh, okay, that's good. But look, you know, I like to play them games. I know what Bonadonna is. I know what Bonadonna is. Give a shout out. You know what your mama's maiden name? What was your mama's maiden name? Mir. That's a good Cajun name. Go down there, Simpson Parish. A lot of Mirs. Judge Mir, there's a bunch of Mirs. They're all over there. Guys, congratulations, #1, for being state champion. That's an honor. Once you're a state champion in anything, basketball, football, volleyball, my girls were state champion in softball. I just telling you, it's nothing they can ever take that away from you. You're a state champion. Now, the big thing is y'all got a national coming up, huh?
Yes, sir.
Go back at Kentucky Lake?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have y'all fished it yet?
Yes, sir.
The last couple of years, y'all made it and gone and fished it?
Yes, sir.
Y'all think y'all gonna be better prepared this year?
Definitely. We come out 7th last year out of over 300 teams, and we gotta have a lot more confidence going in this year, knowing what we know from last year. He's been there a year more than I have. His dad knows a lot, and I feel like we'll be better prepared and have a lot more confidence going into this year.
Well, there you go. I want to know the pattern y'all were on. There's all this high water everywhere, and y'all won this tournament over there at Boats. In fact, it was right after a storm because they had to postpone it a day. Y'all fished out of Amelia. Y'all could have went north and south. Where'd y'all find good enough water to catch 14-something pounds of fish?
Well, after scouting for a couple of days, we stumbled upon a few fish. Two of the key baits were a Delta Lure spinnerbait, just kind of rolling out along the edge. And once that sun came up and that pressure really got high, we started catching some flipping, Mr. Twister flipping out. And that's how we kind of just finished off the couple bigger fish for our limit.
Yeah, y'all talking like this. Y'all talking like these guys on Bassmaster Classic already. Y'all in high school and y'all talking about patterns and this and that. You got your jerseys on. They know. Joe Macalusa talked about this years ago. We started our show. It's been 17 years. Joe said, we got to push this. He was one of them that pushed it, and then the people at Southwest Junior Bassmasters pushed it. Mr. Hoover, the Bros, Cindy and Jim. I want to commend y'all and everybody else, and commend the parents. The parents are one that follow them. I've been to this is the first championship I missed because of the weather and things changed around. Got sick, but they haven't, okay? You will not believe the boats and the parents on the banks. I'll never forget Toledo Bend, year before last. It was unbelievable to see the parents. In fact, I got a little misty. They played the national anthem and see all these kids, the juniors and everybody. So we announced the juniors. We got some more pictures to show y'all. Congratulations being a state champions. You can see the winners, high school. Who was the team winner? I said it last week. We'll show it again on the camera. What about these catfish now, real quick, before we go to talking about other tournaments? What about these catfish? How y'all stumble on this? Y'all eat catfish? Your daddy and them fish catfish? Y'all bad for them. Y'all going up. Technique, you told me a while ago, limb fishing.
Yes, sir.
I like the way to do them alligators, just tying a string on it.
Well, we knew the catfish would be biting, being that water come up in the river, and we just happened to go out there one day. We put a couple lines out, maybe 10 or 12, baited them with shad, and we went back, and just about every line had a fish on it, so we kept putting more and more, and I figure we got about 25, 30 lines now, and those catfish are coming off that river, and them double banks are spawning. All the catfish we're catching full of eggs.
Are y'all fishing in pits off the river, or y'all fishing on the river back to itself?
It's more pits and the double bank, the woods between the river and the levee, and them catfish are coming in to spawn in them double banks. And
y'all catching your own shad?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Where y'all catching the shad?
We got a couple ponds that they use for fishing and stuff.
Using nets?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Guys, all I can tell you is congratulations. We got a tournament report. I want y'all to sit here. Got the Swole Fest is the big one we were talking about. I want to give y'all way a heads up. It's filling up fast, but they still taking applications to the Swole Fest. That'll be at Sand Dollar June 5th through the 8th. Coming up this weekend, Italian American in Hopedale. It's coming up. Grand Isle Trout Rodeo, the Big Daddy, one where they crown the king trout fisherman and fisherette. That's May 24th and the 25th. That's the same weekend we start the Star Tournament. Starts this Memorial Day weekend. If you don't have the Star ticket, you better get on it by now, because there's going to be a $500,000 in prizes. We got another one coming up right now. Oh, I got to make this. The West Side Veterans was supposed to be in this past weekend, was postponed because of the weather. They haven't set a date yet. They're checking with dry runs and see when they got an open date so they can fish it. Probably a lot of people in your family fished the West Side, the Veterans Memorial Tournament. Okay. Now, this is a new one for me anyway. It's been going on a few years. Is the Andean Foundation of Hope dinner May 24th and Bass Tournament May 25th. It'll be at the East Pearl River on Highway 90, the Green Bridge. The weigh-in is going to be at the Blind Tiger on that Saturday. You can call Lee Hillman. I hope we can read this. 985-774-3121. 774-3121. Call Lee Hillman, 985-774-3121. Find out more. Now, I'm going to come back and I'm going to read y'all the winners of the Palapalooza. They had so many winners, it was unbelievable. They fished in all that bad weather. All right. I see this now. They got different events that are coming up I wanted to announce, but I'm going to come back and tell you later and give you another result. Glenn's Auto. The Sac-A-Lay tournament came out this past weekend in all this rain and weather. First place was Tim Hebert and Andre Smith at 10.22. Now, I don't think that's 5 fish. I think that's 7 fish. But that's way over a pound apiece. That was some big Sac-A-Lay. Glenn Davis and Kevin Newman come in second with 10.22. 10-1-6, I believe. They're bass right far behind. Dustin Boudreaux and Josh Lagarde didn't have no weight for them to come in third. And the Super Slab was won by Glenn Davis and Kevin Newman. By the way, if you like that sac-a-lait fishing, Kevin and them put on a great tournament, and they're fishing. I'm going to say they fished Lake Loretta. I don't know, because they didn't put it on there. But thank y'all for keeping in touch anyway. Now, let me see. I got another tournament come on. The Cookie Jar Tournament at False River. It went on with all the bad weather. Participation was down a little bit, but congratulations to David Pluckett and Darryl Crumholt. They had 6.8 pounds. Second was Austin Bass by itself with 6.01, and Big Bass at almost 4 pounds, 3.99. So y'all hold on 1 second. I'm gonna put it up on my phone and we're gonna talk about Paddlepalooza. At 240 plus entrants, 83 entrants weighed in fish, 65 reds weighed in, 18 leopard reds weighed in, 49 trout weighed in, 36 flounder weighed in. 23 free fish slams weigh in, 2 fish slams, and 35 one-fish slams. Cajun slam, with number first was 10 pounds, 6/8 with Devin Belts. Second, my nephew, the 9.96 pounds, Mark Eubanks. Third with 9.65 with Sean Andrus. And fourth with 9.14, Steve Lassard. And fifth was Brock Miller. That's the rest of the top 10 right there. The stud red was 8.34 was Chris Holmes, a Louisiana Outdoor Writers guy. Second was Mike Malone. Third was Kirk Daigle. And Harry Franken, all of them over 7 pounds. And Toby Armand. Mule trout, 3.48, Cody Drago. Second was Vlad Moldavine. Man, we got some names there. They're trying to trick me over here, man. Look at Jonathan Van Noy, Thomas Snyder, and Elizabeth Hart. Congratulations, Mule trout, all of them right at over 3 pounds. And Saddle Flounder was a 1.93 Bandon Ballard, and Tim Caille at 1.91. So Leopard Red, 11 spots was Ryan Goday. Youth was Graves Bayard at 4.68 pounds. Ladies was Hurt Foss at 5.7 pounds. And senior, Tommy Eubanks at 6.72. That's the picture. Thank y'all guys. Y'all were a little late this year. Get it to me a little bit early. Try to get it to me Sunday night. So that's our tournament report. Stay tuned. We'll come back with Berkeley Abu Garcia fishing report.
Benny's Unlimited Wash Club memberships start at $14.99 a month. Wash, rinse, and repeat every day. Join Benny's Unlimited Wash Club at one of Benny's 7 locations.
There's no better way to cool down this summer than with a delicious thirst-quenching Polar Pop Cup from Circle K. The Polar Pop Cup is the coolest way to beat the heat. Fill your Polar Pop Cup up with the flavors you crave and crushed or cubed ice. Nothing stays cold longer, so you can stay refreshed all day long. Stop in Circle K today for an ice-cold Polar Pop Cup. Polar Pop Cup, only at Circle K. Take it easy.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, and the Berkeley Abu Garcia fishing report. Guys, I'm going to start off with the saltwater right now. I don't know if y'all have any other reports right now or when I'm talking about coastal. I got, for some reason, with all this rain and water, Venice, Myrtle Grove, Buras, all these people are catching trout. I'm talking about beautiful trout and redfish, but trout, that's it. The best bait's been live shrimp under a cork. Everybody keep pushing those 4-horse corks because I guess they cost a lot of money, whatever, but we got a lot of cork people out there that give us bait, and I don't think that cork gonna make that much difference, but you keep giving them to me, I might talk a little bit better about them. But look, the 4-horse cork is what these people are sending. Jody Dunbar, you see right here, and his partner is Captain Zach. Both of them limited out. They're fishing out of Motor Grove right now. They used to fish out of Delta Marina. By the way, Delta Marina has opened up again. Captain L.J. Kazu, who fished with us the last couple of TV shows, he's fishing in Delacroix and the Hopedale area. In no trouble at all on the redfish. He haven't found a big school of trout yet, but he said the redfish are just unbelievable. They fishing with both dead and live shrimp under a cork in there. Lafitte area. Tofield, all his captains, they all running to get the weather just right. The wind dies down, they go in the canals. They're catching a few trout. They're running toward the ground out area and going out east. So it depends on where you go. Okay. So Grand Isle, y'all got any reports? Any of your kin people, friends? Y'all ain't hear nothing? Huh? Y'all still celebrating? You got a senior trip. They got fish in Panama City, huh? You worried about fishing?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring a couple of fishing rods with me.
Oh, that's my boys. That's some good boys right now. Let's go to freshwater then. I said Grand Isle. I said Tommy Vidran. I just want to make sure they didn't leave nothing out. But I'm getting reports from Coconut everywhere. So, but they're not in detail like the captains, L.J. Island Marina, the captain. All the captains are going out. They're having some rough days, but they're still catching fish. So if you want to know where they're at, you call Island Marina, talk to Mr. David or Miss Angie, and they'll tell you what's going on. Same thing works all the way. Right now, with all these tournaments coming up and all these rodeos coming up at Grand Isle, everybody got fresh shrimp. That's the important thing. So fresh shrimp, big shrimp, and then you can catch your own pokies. Let's go freshwater now. I want to say catfish to last because I know y'all on catfish. Y'all selling them catfish? Y'all doing? You better not. You better got a license.
We working on getting a license.
Yeah, good. All right. Tell me real quick again. Where are some of the other places you catching catfish?
Most of the places we catch catfish is either in the Mississippi River or I've caught some on Lake Verret before, and certain times of the year they'll get in there real good.
In Lake Verret, you can also fish worms, really, a lot of night crawlers, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they catch them catfish there. False River's the same way right now. Let's talk about brim and bass or what? Let's talk about bass, okay?
Haven't really been since the tournament, but I talked to a couple of buddies. I hear Venice is heating up with the high water. Said he went down there, he had 5 that went 23 pounds and probably caught 40 or 50 fish.
Now, Venice is a big area. They were downriver. They're fishing canes or they're fishing what?
Canes and ponds and ditches.
You know, Venice really goes crazy when the river gets below 4 or 5 feet in New Orleans. Right now, it's 17 feet.
Yes,
so
sir.
where are they finding those fish? They didn't tell you?
Find them in the reeds and anything related to grass.
Yeah, that's it. You know, Yellow Cotton Bay used to be a hot spot. It filled up, and now they're still catching fish. My freshwater report, my good friend John Bernard, he fished in north of Lake Palourde. Him and Alan Terrio, here they are again fishing worms under a cork, and they're fishing dead in canals and catching some beautiful brim. Lake Verret, I'm getting a lot of reports, people. Don't forget the way this wind has been, Lake Verret can be treacherous. Got to be careful. Toledo Bend. One of y'all friends just got to tell him he went to Toledo Bend. Who's that guy over there telling me where these fish are? Let's give him a shout out.
This Mr. Donnie Hopkins.
Donnie Hopkins. He ever taught you how to fish?
I've been with him a couple of times, but he definitely knows how to catch them.
Is he like Mike's daddy? He's real tight with the information?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
He wasn't tight today, though. He was touching. He was fishing in lake, fishing about 15 foot of water. He's fishing Carolina rig with a brush hog, a green pumpkin. Had some good catches out of doing that. the Big Bass, talking about Toledo Bend, the Big Bass, the city's Big Bass tournament is this coming weekend. So the people y'all not going nowhere, if you want to see these big bass coming in, find out where they're biting on Toledo Bend. You go over there to their weigh-in, the 17th, 18th, 19th. My report right now is catfish at False River. Not only catfish, but bass. They're catching brim. I don't know what a sac-a-lay is, but they are doing a tremendous job. So, guys, I think that's it. I hope I don't forget. I did forget one thing. The Shooting Clays tournament coming up in Maurice at the GOL for Dreams Come True. Don't forget, that's going to be on June the 8th in Maurice, Louisiana. Do not forget to go to the Dreams Come True website. Tremendous day for shooting and fun and auctions and everything. Congratulations to you one more time. Anybody, give a shout out. You got a girlfriend? No, you want to give a shout. Who you want to give a shout out to?
I'd like to thank my dad for being my boat captain, and Mr. CJ, which is my grandpa, for taking us out on this state championship because my dad couldn't make it. But everybody that supported us throughout the year and all the people that helped put everything together for the tournaments.
Okay, Craig, the second. Tell me who you want to give a shout out.
I want to give a shout out to Mr. Brent, definitely for being our boat captain. My family for the support. My uncle and my grandpa, who recently passed away this past year, they've definitely been with me this season. It's been an unbelievable season.
Well, I got a sad note also. My closest fishing friend in Slidell, Ken Lambert, and his son, like my godchild, passed away yesterday. Pray for me. Shannon, I know you're in heaven. Pray for me. Power ain't gonna never forget you. See y'all later. Y'all come back. Watch this, Paradise, Louisiana. You want to know what's hot and what's not? Paradise, Louisiana.
Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Demco, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, Relief Windows, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.